Hi everyone. In my last class, I have discussed the issue of shares, forfeiture of shares and reissue of forfeited shares. Today, I am going to conduct class on problems, especially the problems on forfeiture and reissue of shares. Please write down the problem first. XYZ Company Limited issued 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each. 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each. The amount was payable as follows: rupees 3 on application, rupees 3 on application, rupees 4 on allotment, rupees 3 on first and final call, rupees 3 on first and final call. All the shares were fully subscribed and the money was duly received except the first and final call on 5,000 shares. Except the first and final call on 5,000 shares. The directors forfeited these shares and reissued them as fully paid at rupees 7 per share. Directors forfeited these shares and reissued them as fully paid at rupees 7. Pass the necessary journal entries in the book of the company for issue, forfeiture and reissue of shares. You have to pass the journal entries with regards to issue of shares, forfeiture of shares and reissue of forfeited shares. Here, how many shares are issued to the public? That is 1 lakh. 1 lakh shares are issued to the public at rupees 10 per share. The face value of each share is rupees 10. So 10 rupee shares are issued to the public at rupees 10 means issue of shares at par. Par means equal to the face value. Next, how the amount is collected? That is rupees 3 on application, 4 on allotment and rupees 3 on first and final call. All the shares were fully subscribed and the money was duly received except 5,000 shares. 5,000 shares, first and final call. On 5,000 shares, first and final call is not received. The remaining entire amount is received. And what the directors decided? The director decided to forfeit these shares and they were reissued at rupees 7 per share. So for these transactions, we have to pass the journal entries. And this type of questions will be asked under section D for 12 marks, and it is a compulsory question for 12 marks, that is issue, forfeiture and reissue of shares. First entry we have to pass for receiving the application money. Now receiving the application money, what is the journal entry? That is bank account debtor, bank account debtor to equity share application account. Bank account debtor to equity share application account. So how much amount to be collected? They have issued 1 lakh equity shares means the application money is 3 rupee. So 1 lakh into 3, that is 3 lakh. So bank will receive 3 lakh. Now bank account is debited That is, check comes into the business and bank is the receiver of the benefit, and share application account is credited because share application represents the shareholders, and shareholders are the givers of the benefit. So share application account is credited with rupees 3 lakh. So 1 lakh into application money, that is 3 lakh. The narration what we are going to write is being application money received on 1 lakh equity shares. So the narration will be application money received on 1 lakh equity shares. Next, application money is the part of which amount? That is part of share capital account. So naturally the application amount should be transferred to the share capital account, and for transferring the amount one more entry has to be passed, that is share equity share application account debtor, equity share application account debtor or debited to equity share capital account, share application account debtor to equity share capital account. So what is the amount received with regards to application money? Rupees 3 lakh. That 3 lakh will be transferred to equity share capital account. That is 3 lakh, and 3 lakh will be transferred to equity share capital account. So now credit balance in application amount is transferred to share capital by debiting the share application account. So this is the journal entry for transferring the application money to share capital. Why application money has to be transferred to share capital means application money is the part of share capital account. So the narration will be being application money transferred to share capital account. So after some days the shares will be allotted. So while allotting the shares, the applicant has to pay the allotment money. When the allotment money is due from the shareholders, one more entry has to be passed, that is equity share allotment account debtor, equity share allotment account debtor or debited to equity share capital account, equity share capital account. Now, what is the amount on allotment? Allotment is 4. Means how much amount to be collected at the time of allotment? Means 1 lakh into 4. That is 4 lakh. 1 lakh into 4. That is 4 lakh. Now, in this entry, now we have debited equity share allotment account. Equity share allotment represents the shareholders, and now shareholders, when the amount is due from them, they are treated as debtors to the company till they pay the money. So debtors means it will show the debit balance because it represents on the asset side. So share allotment account debtor to share capital account. Share capital is the liability, so it is credited. So when the amount is due from the shareholder, till they pay the money, they will be treated as debtors because the amount is due from them, and the company is going to receive the money, that is allotment money. So share allotment account represents the shareholders and it will be debited, and share capital account will be credited because it is the liability. So what is the narration we are going to write? Here the narration will be share allotment money due on 1 lakh equity share. So allotment money due on 1 lakh equity share. So after some days, now the allotment money has to be received. So while receiving the allotment money, we have to pass one more entry, that is bank account debtor to equity share allotment account. Now what is the amount to receive? Amount to be received, that is 1 lakh into 4, that is 4 lakh. So cash comes into the business. So 4 lakh amount will be debited to which account? That is equity share allotment account. Equity share allotment account, because allotment account represents the shareholders and they are the givers of the benefit. So credit the givers of the benefit. Based on this rule, the allotment account is credited. So being equity share allotment money received. All how many shares? All 1 lakh equity shares. So after receiving the allotment money, the first and final call money will be due. When the due letter is sent to the applicant, one entry has to be passed, that is equity share first and the final call account debtor, to equity share capital account. Equity share capital account. Again same rule will be applied. First and final call, till they pay the money, they will be the debtors of the business. So debtors means they are the asset. Asset always shows the debit balance. So share first and final call is representing the debtors of the company. So it will be debited and equity share capital is credited because it is the liability. Now first and final call, what is the amount? That is rupees 3. So 1 lakh into 3, that is 3 lakh. That is 3 lakh. Being, the narration will be being first and final call money due on 1 lakh equity shares. First and final call money due on 1 lakh equity shares. So next, after some days, when the first and final call money is received, so while receiving the first and final call, we have to make one more entry, that is bank account debtor to first and final call account. Now first and final call account. Actually the full amount is received means then we are supposed to write 3 lakh, but in this problem actually except 5,000 equity shares, rest of the amount is received. So out of 1 lakh, 5,000 equity share amount is not received, means now how many shares amount is received? That is 95,000. 95,000 into 3, that will become 2,85,000. 2,85,000. So being the first and final call money received on 95,000 shares. First and final call money received on 95,000 shares. So the people or the shareholder who failed to pay the money after giving the second or third notice to them, still they fail to pay the money, means the directors or the company will cancel the shares. Cancelling the shares are called forfeiture of shares. So while forfeiting the shares, now we have to pass one entry for forfeiture of shares. So forfeiting the shares means cancelling the shares of the original shareholder, and those why the shares are cancelled, because he did not pay the first and the final call money. Because he failed to pay the first and final call money, the shares are forfeited. Now while forfeiting the shares, that much share capital will be reduced, and in our previous entries, share capital shows the credit balance. So to reduce the credit balance in the share capital account, the share capital will be debited. So which account is debited while forfeiting the shares now? That is equity share capital account debtor. Equity share capital account debtor. That is how to calculate the amount. Means now 5,000 shares first and 5,000 into face value. Face value of each share is rupees 10. So that is 5,000 into 10, that is 50,000. That is 50,000. Now, if the shares are forfeited means, now two accounts will be credited. That is forfeited shares account to forfeited shares account and to first and final column, to first and final call account. So two forfeited shares account to first and final call account. The face value of each share is 10. Out of 10, what is the amount for first and final call? First and final call is rupees 3. That will be credited to first and final call. That is 5,000 into 3 first and final call. That is 15,000. 15,000. Now, the amount what is received from the first shareholder, that will be credited to forfeited shares account. Now the amount will be, what is the amount received from the first shareholder? That is first and final call is not received means they have received application money and allotment money 3 plus 4, that is 7. That means the amount whatever received from the first shareholder, that is 7 rupee per share. So 5,000 into 7, that is 35,000. That is 35,000. 35,000 will be credited to forfeited shares account. Now the entry will be for forfeiting the shares, share capital account to forfeited shares account to first and final call account. Being the 5,000 shares are forfeited for the non-payment of first and final call. Why the shares are cancelled? Because the shareholder failed to pay the first and final call. Now the directors decided to reissue the forfeited shares. Forfeited shares means these 5,000 shares are reissued to somebody else at rupees 7 per share. Now the entry for reissuing the shares will be bank account debtor, bank account debtor. Next, forfeited shares account debtor, forfeited shares account debtor to equity share capital account, equity share capital account, forfeited shares account debtor to equity share capital account. Now bank account is debited with the reissue price. So the reissue price is rupees 7. So 5,000 into 7, that is 35,000. That is 35,000. Next, forfeited shares account will be debited with the discount amount. The discount amount means 10 rupee shares are issued at rupees 7 means what is the discount allowed? Discount allowed will be rupees 3. That is the expense to the company. Because it is expense to the company, it will be debited and that discount will be transferred to forfeited shares account. So how to calculate the amount now? 5,000 into discount amount 10 minus 7, that is 3, that is 15,000. Why? Forfeited shares account is debited because it is the expense to the company. When the 10 rupee shares are issued at rupees 7 means 3 rupees the discount and that discount amount will be debited because it is the expense. And equity share capital account, equity share capital will be 5,000 into 10, that is 50,000. That is 50,000. Being forfeited shares are reissued at rupees 7. Being forfeited shares are reissued at rupees 7. The number of forfeited shares are 5,000. Next, whatever the profit made by the company, that will be transferred to forfeited capital reserve account. So it will be transferred from forfeited shares to capital reserve account. So now from the first shareholder they have received 35,000, and from this 35,000 this discount 15,000 will be deducted. If you deduct that 15,000 you will get to 20,000, and that 20,000 will be transferred to capital reserve account because it is the income to the business or profit to the business. So the journal entry for transferring the amount from the forfeited shares to capital reserve is forfeited shares account debtor, forfeited shares account debtor to capital reserve account. Capital reserve account. So capital reserve, how much amount is transferred? That is from 35,000, the amount what is received from the first shareholder. From 35,000, this discount will be deducted. That is 15,000. If you deduct 15,000, what is the profit made by the company? That is 20,000, and 20,000 is the profit that will be transferred to the capital reserve account. So these are the entries to be passed while issuing the shares. Then if there are non-payment of any call or allotment, those shares will be forfeited by the company at the time of forfeiture, and all the forfeited shares, if it is reissued, again you have to pass one more entry for reissue. Then the profit made by the company will be transferred to capital reserve account.